Often, people get confused with the development of a product in IT industry. When it comes to Agile, it becomes even complicated because the focus is on development on the developing product. This video will help you understand how the product development happens. We will keep product development simple with the help of a Scrum framework later during the delivery phase. A typical product development starts with strategic planning on the product. Think of a digital product with lots of features. You can think of a mobile application development. All right, so let us begin. It starts with a product vision on how the product is providing values to the customers. Vision is a clear, concise, and ambitious statement of what value the product will provide, and vision is generally for larger narrative. Product goal is derived from this product vision only. Next, the focus is on developing a product strategy, deriving product development strategy on how the product journey will be like, what kind of approach will be taken, adaptive or predictive or hybrid, and if hybrid model, then to what extent it will be hybrid. Next, product roadmap on how the milestones for the product are decided. What will be the minimal viable product or minimal marketable release or minimal marketable product. Release plannings are based on these identified features releases. From this point, the Agile framework gets introduced for development. For the minimal viable product or the MVP, the product owners add the identified features into the product backlog. Higher level of epics and themes are added to the backlog. Different aspects on definition of done are also derived and added. The product owner works on creating user stories based on the epics, themes, etc. These themes or epics are broken into more manageable backlog items. This is called as backlog refinement. Here, the product owner prioritizes the items. Prioritization is based on the understanding on product evolution along with the context. Now, since context is agile, the backlog is emerging and evolving. Backlog refinement helps in deciding which item or items can be delivered next. From here, the true development happens on the product. The development team works on the product features which are prioritized and identified by the product owner. It is the iterative development model following sprint cycles, generally of 2 to 4 weeks. A typical sprint will start with a sprint planning, where product owner along with the development team decides on the sprint goal and creates the sprint backlog from the product backlog. Development and testing happen here. The product owner needs to be available to the team for any clarification required. The transparency is maintained all the times. During the development, the daily stand-ups, other formal or informal meetings happen to get the momentum going. Daily stand-ups help to clear the impediments faced by the team. The Scrum Master can help the team to get the directions. Now, once the iteration cycle gets over, the product increments needs to be reviewed. How will you get to know that the product being built upon is on the right track or not? So, we have a meeting called a review session with the stakeholders, where development team shows the product increment built during the sprint. The product owner gets the feedbacks or additional requirements from the stakeholders. These feedbacks and requirements are added to the product backlog. After the sprint cycle, the Scrum team discusses on their learning and improvements during retrospective session. The team checks what went well and what could have been better. The product owner again does the backlog refinement and the cycle continues. So this is how a typical product increment happens during a sprint cycle. Hope you enjoyed the video. For any questions, please send mail to info@techcanvass.com, or you can also call us on the number mentioned. Techcanvass team wishes you on your learning.